Hello, my friend. I'm glad you're here again. Take a slow breath in, hold it for a moment, and let it go. Let your shoulders soften. Let your thoughts settle wherever they need to. This is your space, a small pause between all the noise, a quiet return. Today's question is this: why do we always wish for more? More love, more success, more meaning, even when part of us knows that more will never fully quiet the longing inside. It's strange, isn't it, how we move through life believing the next achievement, the next moment, the next chapter will finally complete something within us, only to arrive there and whisper, "I thought this would feel different." We think more will fill us. We think more will calm us. We think more will end the restlessness we carry. But the longing never disappears. It just shifts, reshapes, waits. Let's step into this gently, my friend. There's a tenderness in this truth, one that speaks to desire, yearning, and the way we keep reaching for something just out of view. Think for a moment about a time in your life when you wanted something so deeply. A relationship, a job, a milestone, a version of yourself. You believed that once you held it, you would finally feel whole. You would finally breathe easier. You would finally stop searching. But when it arrived, did it silence the voice inside you? Or did it simply quiet it for a moment before another wish rose up in its place? Desire has a way of revealing itself only after we step back, like seeing the whole painting only once we've walked far enough away from it. But why? Maybe because longing is not a flaw, it's part of being human. We are creatures who feel deeply, who imagine endlessly, who expand constantly. And the heart, once awakened to possibility, rarely goes back to sleep. Let me tell you a story. There was a man named Raphael who worked for years to buy his dream apartment in the city. He saved every coin, every hour, every weekend. He sacrificed sleep, comfort, even joy. All for the day he'd finally hold the keys. When that day arrived, he cried from relief. He sat on the kitchen floor, surrounded by empty rooms, and whispered, "I made it." But 1 month later, he found himself pacing the apartment, thinking about promotions, renovations, new goals. The joy faded, replaced by the familiar hum of wanting. "I thought this would end the longing," he said. "I didn't know the longing was coming from within me, not from what I didn't have." That's how desire works. It reveals its shape only after it becomes memory. Or think of someone like Mira, who always wanted more love. She chased affection in every direction. Romantic partners, friendships, admiration, attention. She thought being deeply loved would cure a quiet ache she carried since childhood. And when she finally found a partner who loved her wholly, she felt grateful, yes, but she also felt confused. The ache didn't vanish. It softened, but it stayed. And one evening, sitting on the edge of her bed, she whispered, "I think what I wanted more was to love myself." We often believe more will fix us. Without realizing, we are asking the world to answer questions that only our heart knows how to hold. And then there was Jonas, a man who always wanted more time to relax, more time to travel, more time to breathe. But whenever time arrived, a vacation, a slow weekend, an empty afternoon, he filled it with new tasks, new plans, new ambitions. He once laughed and said, "I keep asking for more time, but when life gives it to me, I don't know how to live inside it." Sometimes more is not what we want. Sometimes it's what we're afraid to receive. But maybe this is not a flaw. Maybe it's part of the human heart. When we live inside a desire, we are too close to see it clearly. We think the longing comes from absence, but often it comes from possibility, from the soft belief that something greater exists for us, something deeper, richer, more aligned. Life doesn't feel complete while it's happening. It feels messy. It feels unfinished. It feels like we are in the middle of becoming. Only memory has the distance to reveal what we've already held. Only quiet moments show us the truth beneath our wanting. But here's the gentle truth beneath all of this. We do not always wish for more because we lack things. We wish for more because we long for ourselves. We long for wholeness, for purpose, for connection, for meaning, for a life that feels like it belongs to us. When we say more, what we often mean is, I want to feel alive. I want to feel safe. I want to feel like I'm enough. I want to belong. I want to matter. I want to heal. And while we search outward for these things, the present slips quietly between our fingers. Longing isn't the problem. Attention is. Life doesn't ask us to be satisfied. It asks us to be aware. Aware of this moment. Aware of the person we are in this breath, not the one we think we should be, or the one we hope to become. The beauty of desire is not something you get. It's something you feel. When you stop running from the moment you're in. Imagine if you could look at your present self, the way your future self will one day look back, with tenderness, with compassion, with understanding for why you longed so deeply. Imagine realizing now what you usually understand only years later. That longing is not emptiness. It is direction. Imagine seeing that the life you want is not somewhere far away. It's forming quietly beneath your feet. Every longing you carry, every ache for more, every quiet wish whispered in the privacy of your mind, they are not signs of lack. They are signs of movement, signs that your soul is reaching, growing, becoming. Maybe that's the secret, my friend. We won't stop wanting more, because wanting more is the way the soul reminds us it's still alive. But we can stop believing that more exists only in the future. We can recognize the beauty of our life now, not someday, not after we achieve something new, not after the longing disappears. Now, your future self is looking back at this version of you with more love than you can imagine, understanding why you hoped so much, why you reached so far, why you longed so deeply. So try, just for a moment, to meet your present self with that same tenderness. Thank you for being here, for giving yourself this moment to reflect. Stay gentle, stay curious, and stay kind. And if this question spoke to you, continue your journey with us on Yarven's Questions. More stories, more reflections, and more quiet truths are waiting for you. Take care, my friend. Until next time.